I got another one for y'all. This is for Mother's Day. So I got Big Mom versus Kaido. Big Mom in her, Rocks days versus Kaido in his Rocks days. Then their current forms before they were defeated by Luffy. If they would have continued their fight on Wano, essentially, is what the second scenario is. Oh shit. But the first fight, you'll be surprised when I say. I'm not surprised. Um, because this is a younger woman. She don't keep in mind she don't have kids. She has everything in the right spot. As far as her body goes, and she looking cool, feeling good, and like she can fuck shit up. And Kaido can too, but he's younger and shit. He ain't even like he just doesn't like being around weak people. That's why he joined Rocks. So he could learn some things. You know, this boy is like 15 during this time. Big Mom was like 30. So strength goes to Big Mom. She had been having to fight before fucking, Kaido had. Kaido did have to fight against Marines. Kaido did have to escape the Marines. Kaido did have to do all that extra shit. This is a woman now. Woman, Big Mom. And she got people watching her dick. Especially when she was like that. Come on, man. She's hot. People watching that, they watching that on Chocolate and saying, that's the girl, we can take her. And she's like, damn, please, fuck away from me. Speed goes to Big Mom. Um, she's not what she used to, or she's not what she is later on. Yeah. Durability, though, goes to Kaido. Kaido could take some hits. He's a little tank. They tried to fucking execute this boy and hang him and all kind of shit, and it didn't work. Run fucking, bullets on this man, and he's like this. Big Mom, she has a durability factor too, and like that. Endurance goes to Big Mom. Intelligence goes to Big Mom. At this point, she ain't have kids. She had the ability to still think. How a woman can think. We all know women can't think as well as guys. If you're a real, and other things, but they can think. You know, they have the ability to, process information and other things, take information and other things. And she was definitely that, back then. She would help the Rocks pirates out and shit, like let them know shit and all this other stuff. Get information to who she needed to, so that crew would could keep going and other things. Experience goes a Big Mom too. She's been a pirate longer than Kaido. Kaido was 15, she was like 30. Come on, man. Close skills go to Kaido. Kaido likes to run up on people and smash them. Big Mom, she can do the same shit. But she has, hockey, conquers hockey. She can hit that off on distance and, fuck shit up too. Recoup goes to Big Mom. Hacks go to Big Mom. Stronger hockey, been using it longer. Um, Kaido's hockey at this point is blooming. He has it. And it's coming forward as he's fighting strong opponents. She has already been fighting people. You know, environment goes to Big Mom. Goddamn. Big Mom wins over Kaido 9-2. Crazy, right? But that's the young Kaido. That's young bullshit. Now let's skip ahead to the future, the current timeline in Wano. Before they both died. Now this is it should turn it takes a complete 180. Now she has had kids, not just kids. Kids have had kids, and she has had total land. She's one of the four emperors. Um, Kaido is one of the four emperors too. He took over country of Wano. She took over an area, but she didn't take over an area. She got creative with her Dofu. And she got so creative with her dog food, she got lost in that shit. And you're like, my kids have to serve me. My kids have to, and she's big mom for a reason. She has all her kids are fucking commanders. Strength goes to Kaido. These are now statements made one-on-one bet on Kaido. King of the Beast. He has a devil fruit now. She does too. You know, but his is just different. Speed goes to Kaido. They were fighting on Wano. You know, I don't know, but to me it looked like she was kind of gassed. She was gonna fight though because she remembers herself from back in the day, and she's like, "This is that boy Kaido. I ain't gonna lose to him." But Kaido's like, "This is not the fucking same times. I'm better than I was back then. You're cracked out, woman. You wanna get fucked up playing games with me." You know, durability goes to Kaido. He can tank those fucking attacks. You saw what the fuck he was doing on, Wano, y'all. You know, I don't think anybody would disagree with these takes and shit. Not too much. And durability for Big Mom is good, but Kaido's a tank. He's like, when I make the Kaido power scaling video, you obviously know where I'm putting his durability at. That's gonna be a 99. Endurance goes to Kaido. He was fighting multiple people ahead of time. Old Bag wasn't doing that. She wasn't doing that. She was sitting down, eating her fucking food. She went to fuck with Marco for a little bit and talk shit. Then she went up on the fucking rooftop too to fight. But he fought against his daughter. He fought against the Akazaya Samurai, lifting the island up with his devil fruit. She has and now she's doing stuff too. She's putting soul power into inanimate. Like she has Zeus and all this, and that's her using her devil fruit constantly. Another thing, but Kaido is more effective. He's doing the opposition in. She is too, but not like Kaido. When she's fight, if they're fighting like that against each other, it's no different. Kaido's still gonna, yeah. Kaido is now smarter than Big Mom. Kaido was able to convince Big Mom to calm the fuck down, and I wouldn't want to see you die. You were like a senior member of the Rocks Pirates and shit. Back in the day, did invite me on and other things. Let's drink and let's reminisce on good times. Then they were like, "Yo, let's fucking take down those new generation guys." But in this fight, they didn't came to that agreement. They never came to that agreement in this fight. Experience goes to Big Mom still. She still remembers all the shit she's done. That's how she's not afraid to even fucking jump in her face with Kaido. She's like, I used to do this. It's no different. Close skills go to Kaido. Clubbing motherfuckers since he was a boy. You know, Big Mom does it too, but she plays games. She steals people's souls and puts fucking energy into I think. And Kaido has range skills too, but Big Mom's range skills are better. I put her range skills high. Durham or Recoup goes to Big Mom. Because she steals lifespan. She says, "Boy, I'll steal your fucking lifespan." She won't be able to do that shit to Kaido. Kaido ain't scared of her. But if there was somebody running around hey, can you stop? She'll just be like, "Shut up." She'll steal that lifespan and keep using that to fight. Yeah. Hacks go to Kaido. Conquer's hockey is better. Durability. I already told you that durability is better. But what I'm saying is with the devil fruit, the devil fruit gives him that extra. The no me, Matsuri, which is the fish fruit model Alger Dragon. He uses that. She has the soul cell fruit. She has Conquer's hockey, armor hockey, advanced form. Kaido has that, and it's all better. It's all better than his. watch the anime and shit, you'll know I'm right. Um, environment goes to Kaido. This is Mono. He's been fucking holding that shit down for years, and some old bitch like Big Mom ain't gonna change that. And it comes down to Kaido winning the second fight. So basically, with this scenario and in this fight, Big Mom and Kaido, the younger Big Mom is, or closer to her prime she is, or she's gonna beat Kaido. Kaido is, you know, younger than her back in God Valley, inexperienced, potential, you know, whatever, we know. But Big Mom just was like that back in the day. Like if I made a top 10 all time list, she might be in the top 10 all time of like all One Piece characters of all time. That's how powerful she was. You know, or just like right out of the top 10, but like really close. This bitch was like that. But first scenario, Big Mom wins. Second scenario, Kaido watches her. And that's Big Mom versus Kaido, and that was the Mother's Day video for this. Um, so stay cool from the corner, and everybody who's a mother, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Even my own. If she watches this shit, probably not, but still be cool on the corner. Everybody else.